I feel like that. Like, hello.
Am I in? There we go.
How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good, good. Where are you training in the off season?
I'm in Florida. I'm back South Florida, at Miramar.
Nice, nice. Because you're originally from Fort Lauderdale, right?
Yep. Yep.
Nice. And then I'm an FSU fan. I was like, he's gonna cancel
Yeah,
this
I
interview.
know. I should have
He was
canceled.
like, next, we're done.
No, I'm just playing.
Nice.
I'm good
So
though.
I'm sure the last couple months, you just won the Super Bowl. You're training
Mhm.
now. So what have you? How's it been? Like, it's been a bit of a whirlwind.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been cool. Like you said, it's been a whirlwind. I've been doing a lot of stuff. I've just been trying to stick to my training schedule, but um, it's a lot of requests. A lot of people want to talk. A lot of family want to talk about Super Bowl, this and that. But obviously, it was an amazing feeling, an amazing experience. Um, I wouldn't trade it for the world, but I'm just ready to get back to training.
At least, well, I mean, it was better. It had to be better than the Minnesota experience of like the
Mhm.
cold
Mhm.
and not getting the outcome you
Yeah,
wanted.
yeah, that was tough. Going there,
Was
it
it
was.
really as cold as people were making it seem? Like, was it really that cold?
Yeah, it was in the negatives the whole week.
Dang.
It was in the negatives the whole week. But obviously, we practiced inside. But at the end of the day, we couldn't really leave the hotel or the mall area because it was so cold, and there wasn't really much transportation going on because the roads were frozen. But I mean, it sucked because obviously we lost too, and that just made it even worse.
So, okay, so before we get into like modern day stuff, a lot of people don't know this, but you're actually like, you got some records at Miami, not just in football, but like on the track side of things.
Hmm.
How do
I
you
got
think,
it.
like, how did, how did that all come about? Like, did you know going into college you wanted to do both?
Hmm. Yeah, I was recruited to do both. Originally. Randy Shannon recruited me. He's a big track fan, and I was recruited to do both. And he got fired, and Coach Golden came in, and we kind of had some. I struggled a little bit with it at first because he didn't really want me to run track. He wanted to be all in with football, but track is another passion of mine. I put track on the same level as football, so. Um, he ended up my first year I didn't run. Second year and third year I ended up running. And I ended up getting my way, but we tussled a lot. We struggled.
It was some creative differences there.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, so I think when I looked it up, you have the record. What did you run in the 60? You ran like a
Um, 6, 7, 9, 6, 8, 0, around there somewhere, something like that.
dang. So you got
It's
burners.
I can run a little
You
bit.
can run. You can run. What was your combine time? Okay, this is the thing because obviously it's the combine and everything going
Hmm.
down. As a
Yeah.
player, like when you were getting ready for the combine, do you feel like it should hold as much weight as it does, or do you feel like they should really evaluate players more so on their like college body of work and what they have on tape rather than can you do a couple drills?
Yeah, I think it should hold a lot more weight on what they see on film because that's what the player is, and that's who he is. I mean, a lot of guys. I mean, there's a lot of sports places that literally they they specialize in combine training. So
Mm-hmm.
guys go there and they drop their 40 time. They increase their vert, but at the end of the day, is that what you see on film? So I mean, I've seen it's a lot of guys that they may run 4.3 at the combine, but it doesn't look like he run that on film.
Exactly. And
So,
also, you're not getting hit at the combine
yeah,
like in real
exactly.
life.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's a meat market at the combine. I mean, a lot of guys go and they don't really have a good experience because you're drained. I mean, you do a lot of. It's a lot of different things that they ask you to do when you go there. It's the first couple of days you're literally just going through medical. They're pulling at you. They're trying to find any way they can devalue you. And then the last day, they put you out, wake you up early in the morning, put you out there, and just tell you to perform. And it's like you're literally drained. So that's why a lot of guys perform better at their pro day.
Well, and that's another thing that I think people don't really think about is like even when you take your last college snap, by the time you get to the NFL, it's like you've really been, traveling, training, playing. Like you're kind of going through a whole other season
Yeah.
and not like a real season.
Their rookie year is tough because as soon as you finish playing football, you got to go back, you got to go right into training. And once you get to the combine, as soon as the combine's over, you got coaches calling you to work you out, and those workouts are terrible. I mean, they literally try to make you tap out. That's what they try to do.
Yeah.
Coaches, they try to see how far you can go, and then they put you on board. So you're literally mentally and physically drained. And once you get drafted, you got to go to rookie mini camp, and they're gonna kill you there. And then you got to go to OTAs, they're gonna kill you there. And it's a long season. It's a lot of rookies they got to get mentally prepared for.
No, I agree. And I think that's the thing when you talk to a lot of rookies after their first year, they're like, they know they have to train in the off season. They're like, I'm tired. I'm trying to go to the Bahamas. I'm trying to take a little mini vacay.
Yeah.
So obviously you start off your career with the Colts. You get traded to New England. I mean, there's worse places to get traded in the world.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm curious, what was like your mindset when you went to New England? Like, did you kind of like, I'm going to prove people wrong, I had a chip, or were you just like, you know what, this is a clean, fresh slate, I'm in a good organization, they obviously have a history of like winning and running smoothly. Like, what was your mindset like when you got to New England?
Honestly, it's a little bit of everything. It was a little bit of everything you just said. It was I'm not saying I wanted to be traded because I didn't. It hit me. It was unexpected. I didn't know it was going to happen. So it was literally out of nowhere because I was told I wasn't getting traded. And then it happened like a couple of days later.
Was that your first like business side of the NFL that you really experienced?
Yeah, because, I mean, going into it, I got drafted there. In my mind, I want to play here 10 to 12 years, and I want to retire as a coach. That's how I was. That's just – I'm a loyal person when it comes to that. But, I mean, once I got traded, it's like, okay, yeah, this is business. And like I said, I just had to take it, and I had a clean slate. Going into New England, I mean, it was tough because I was so far behind. And it's literally like I was a rookie all over again my first year there. So it was so much I had to learn.
Well, and that's the thing that people like don't realize is like they think like, oh, you just get traded, you just got to pick it up. Like you have to learn a whole new playbook. You have to learn, your teammates, what guys like, their tendencies, and again too, you're in a whole new conference. Like there's so many things that you're learning, and that's why like when guys get traded, they're like, why are they productive right away? It's like, would you be productive if you just uprooted?
It's tough. I mean, people don't really understand how much you go through when you do get traded. You get traded. I got traded around like probably 1 o'clock, and I had to be on the plane by like 3. And once I got to New England, I got there late, and I had practice the next day. And they had Thursday night opening game that week, so I practiced on Sunday and Monday, and I was told I didn't have to play, but then we had a receiver go down, so I had to play. So I literally had to just cram and learn as much as the playbook I can in the install, and I had to play. And then we had another receiver go down in the game, so I was like, okay, I have to play now. So I was thrusting in, and I didn't really know much. So it's tough.
So what went through your mind? I have to ask this, because we've talked about this, and I'm like a huge Brady fan. Yeah. What went through your mind the first time, like, you caught a pass from Tom Brady? You're like, I just caught a pass from Tom Brady. Like, this is kind of cool, Like, you obviously got to do your job, but,
Yeah. You mean in the game or in practice?
Well, I'm sure it was in practice first, but, like, you take me through that. You're like, dang, like.
Oh, it was one-on-ones after practice, and I just ran a go route, and he hit me in stride, and I just had to realize, I was like, well, I literally just caught a pass from the greatest quarterback, probably the greatest football player that ever played. And that's when I realized, reality hit me. It's just like, hey, I'm here. And now it's just time to make a good impression.
So I was talking to, I don't know if you played with him, but Martell's been in. He was talking to me about, because people always have these, theories about what makes the Patriots so good. And his thoughts were that like they prepare you so well for so many different situations. Can you like expand on that? Because I think that's something that's really underrated. People just think like you just go out there and make it happen. But what's been your experience of why, like what, in your opinion, why do you think they are so elite at what they do?
Yeah, the preparation. It's the preparation and then the hard work, the work that's put into it. The preparation is literally second to none. You're literally prepared for every single thing that can get thrown at you in a game. I mean, we practice it all the time. Offensively, we walk through everything, and then we go practice it, and then we'll walk through it again. And so you're on your A game. If you pay attention and you know what's going on, you know the game plan, you're on your A game. So we literally prepare for every situation there is in football. And then we work really hard in the off season and in training and even during the season. I mean, we're running hills after practice. That's why in the fourth quarter, like we're still playing like playing in the first quarter. So I mean, we wear teams down, and then when they get tired, we're still going.
Okay, now I got like the serious questions out of the way. If you weren't playing receiver, what position would you play?
If I weren't playing receiver,
yeah.
I grew up playing quarterback.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I can still throw.
Were you like a mobile quarterback? Were you like drop back? Were you?
I was a little bit. I like to run because I mean I like to run a little bit, but I can throw. I can spin a little bit, but I don't think I would play quarterback because there's too much that goes into it. But I would probably say corner.
Okay, corner. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What can we expect on like a Phillip Dorsett playlist pregame? Like what do you listen to pregame?
I'm an R&B guy. I listen to
interesting.
Old school, like 90s R&B, early 2000s sometimes. But I'm a 90s guy, 90s baby. So
you got some like Jagged Edge, some.
Yeah, Jagged Edge, Jodeci, Casey, JoJo. You got a lot. I mean, if I go a little further back, I listen to Luther. I listen to gospel sometimes, like a lot of Kirk Franklin. I'm a little all over the place.
Kirk Franklin, he be having so much energy. Like, you just be putting on some Kirk, some Stomp, or like, I'm like, okay, Kirk. And then Lecrae, he's really good. He's like a new artist. He kind of has more of like a hip hop feel. Have you ever listened to Lecrae?
I heard of him, but I haven't really listened to him.
You should check out his, not his latest project, but he had this project that he dropped. It was pretty good. He had like Ty Dolla $ign, like a couple other like good features on there. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I heard of him. I probably check him out.
Okay, so when you're not playing football, like what other talents, like what other secret talents and hobbies do you have? Like, are you a good bowler?
Yeah, this is the first. I like to bowl.
Okay.
Good bowler. I like to play pool.
Okay.
I like to play basketball. Yeah, those are the big three. I feel like all the players I know, like everybody's into Top Golf. Are you into the Top Golf movement? I've been twice.
Okay.
I'm not very good yet.
I
haven't. Yeah, I'm not good yet. I mean, I'm gonna try, but I'm not very good. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty tough. Okay,
so what, like, now that you're in the off season, what does like a day in your life look like? Like, what time do you get up? You go train? Like, what is it looking like right now?
So my sister has me on like a strict diet now. I've never been. Yeah. I don't know what happened. What'd you say?
I said, is she like your nutritionist?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I put her to work. She's like she's like my nutritionist. So she has me on a strict diet, and so I wake up, I drink a shake, I'll go probably run, and then I come back, probably eat like a pre-lifting snack, like a peanut butter jelly sandwich or something like that. I go lift weights, come back, take a shake, drink another shake, eat, and I'm chilling for the rest of the day, honestly. Like, I'll try to find something to do, but I'm just chilling.
I honestly, like, Florida's one of the most beautiful, underrated places. Like, it is humid, and, it rains one minute and then sunshine the next.
You get used to it. You be all right.
You do. And, like, the food, the people, can't beat Florida. Okay, so wrapping things up. Well, I do have to ask this, because being a fan, watching the Super Bowl, at what point did you guys kind of know, like, I think we got this? Like, was it really double zeros, or was it like when the clock was over, or at what point were you like, I think we're gonna get this one?
That's a good question. I would say probably the pick that Steph. Yeah, I think so. That was the pick.
In the fourth, like at the end of the game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
when they were driving.
But before that, that last drive we had we pulled something out of the playbook that we didn't practice the whole week. We went 22 personnel. We had one receiver on the field, 2 running backs, 2 tight ends, and we drove down the whole field in the same personnel. And I mean, that just shows how great Josh is. Just willing to be able to just pull something out of his hat that we didn't practice the whole week. And we went all the way down there, and I was on only scoring drive. And that's why I was like, okay, these coaches here are amazing.
Gotcha. I know I was watching, and what was so interesting about that, and I think it really speaks to like how great the Patriots were I don't think that was really a clean game by either side. And if you looked at it just on paper, you're like, Tom Brady, an interception, like all these stats that weren't like, popping off the paper. But it was just like y'all just kept with it. And I think that's the thing about the Patriots when you watch them. You can never count them out. Like 28-3, you never can count Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, like the system. There's just certain people like that will to win,
Yeah, I think that's what speaks that's why Tom is so great. Like he just has that will. Like he never in his mind, he's never out of the game. Ever. And you can just see it in his eyes. It's just he's different. He
how
has
is that for you as like how is that for you as a player, as a receiver, having that confidence, because no shade to anybody else you've ever played with, but not everybody has that.
Yeah, no, you're right. It rubs off on everybody. You just look at, this is your guy, your leader. This dude has been playing for almost 20 years, and he loves the game so much. He never believes he's out of it, and it rubs off on us as a team, because you can just see it's just like he doesn't even have to say anything to us. We can see it in his eyes. It's like, all right, it's time to go, because he's ready. He thinks we can come back. So we got to believe it too.
Okay, so final question. When everything is said and done, your career is long gone, what do you want people to know about you outside of football, outside of your track accomplishments? Like, what do you want them to remember about you as the person, Phillip Dorsett?
That everything that I've received, that I've got, I've worked really hard for, and I'm a big believer in everything you get, you have to earn. So everything I got, I try my hardest to work for it, and I earned it. And that's the only thing I can really say about myself. Everything I got, I wanted to earn, and I worked for it.
I would agree with that. And I would say, like, somebody that's followed your career, I think, from the time you were at, Indianapolis to now, it's nice to see you in a situation where A, it's a good functioning situation, and then B, like, you just growing not only as a player, as a person. So
yeah, exactly.
Shout out to you, Phillip. And thank you so much for doing this. You didn't have to do this. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
Okay, so where can the people follow you on IG and?
I only have IG, Dorsett4, no underscore, just Dorsett4. So that's the only thing I have. My Twitter got hacked a while back, so
so you're like, I'm done with Twitter.
Yeah, I'm done with Twitter. I got hacked, so I was like, but I just have IG, so I'm not too active on it, but you can follow me there.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Enjoy your off season, rest, keep training. And look forward to seeing what you're going to do next year.
No, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Okay, bye, Phillip. Bye, you guys.